Hi friends, and welcome back to Gardening Suburbia. My name's Amanda. Welcome if you're new here. If not, thanks for coming back. So we are currently in my office and I am filming the intro and outro to this video that you're about to see. I went ahead and actually cut it into two just because I didn't want it to be super long. And these two kind of go together but kind of don't. So today I'm kind of posing an experiment that I want to go ahead and try out, and I wanted your guys' help with kind of deciding how to go about this. But today we're also up-potting some of my pepper plants, and I typically like to pack my pepper plants in as well as my tomato plants into like one single cell and then separate them out. Tomatoes and peppers both have really resilient roots, as I've found. So I like to densely pack them just for seed starting purposes so that they're more condensed. And then as they begin to grow and get a set of true leaves, or 2 to 3 sets of true leaves, I'll then go ahead and up-pot them and then pick the strongest seedlings of the bunch. But I'll go ahead and let you guys get into this video. So I wouldn't typically show you this part of my house simply because I live in a rental, and so there are some things that aren't quite kept up as much as they should have been or should be. So my back balcony is kind of falling apart, but I wanted to do an experiment where I grow as much food as I possibly can on my balcony. And just really doing this so that I can show you guys that you guys can do it too. And so here's the area that I am doing this on. So it is a little bit larger of a balcony, and as you can see, I'm missing some posts here. But the main thing being that I do get some sunlight on this farther end. It is about 12 o'clock right now, so I've got a good, this is about 8 feet of sunlight right here. Once it gets to be about midday, the sun will go over the top of my roof and this balcony won't get as much sunlight. But we're gonna see what we can do, because I think it'll be a good experiment, and I'll get a little bit extra food out here. Right now I just have some lavender, and I don't even know what this other variety is. It's like a mossy carpet of sorts in these pots over here. But if I can get some hanging baskets with like some cascading tomatoes, and then maybe a bigger pot that I can do like a tomato or cucumber or something up here as well as a whole bunch of different herbs. I can set up my little this is like a bathroom rack that you'd put behind your toilet. I can put something else on that. But that is the experiment that I'm going to be doing this year. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe what varieties you think I should be planting up there. What plants? Should I do tomatoes, cucumbers, herbs, all of the things? I don't know. I just think it'll be a really fun experiment, and maybe give you guys some encouragement. If you guys aren't in the place to have a backyard garden and to dig up some soil, maybe you have a ledge or like a windowsill or just a little tiny balcony that you can put a plant out there. I just want to give you guys a little encouragement from my own space that it is possible, and you can do it too. So our next project is to go ahead and separate out our pepper plants. So I am keeping all of my pepper plants from the Sugar Rush Peach, as well as all of them from the pimento peppers. It's probably a bit much. I might select a few that are a little bit better off than others, because there are a few punier ones. Like this guy right here, he's pretty small compared to these other guys. So we need to make tags, but let's first just go ahead and do the Sugar Rush Peach, because the Sugar Rush Peach, I am keeping all 3 of them. I'm not pinching off any of these guys. I want all of them. So we'll go ahead and do that first. So the plan is to basically, I'm gonna make a mess here. Just kind of massage this to see if it will just come out. And I'm trying to not break all of the roots. I want to keep as many of the roots as I possibly can with the plant. But we'll see how we do. Okay, so we got one here. We got the little guy. And then this guy can stay in his own pocket. And we'll just go ahead and backfill him. So look at that great root system on that plant. I'm gonna create a hole, make sure all those roots are nice and buried. And then just backfill around him. And then we need to make some labels for these guys too. So we already got one. And we're gonna put the date that we started this, which was February 11th. All right. I took away the soil, so I need to go grab some soil because I forgot I need more soil to backfill them. Alright, so I got the soil back. I'm gonna go ahead and scoop up this guy. So this guy is much smaller than these two were. As you can see, it's probably because he was shaded by their leaves, so he didn't get to see as much sunlight. But that's okay, he's gonna grow nice and healthy for us in his own little pot. I'm just gonna add some soil to that so that he has enough nutrients to get him to planting time. So create a little hole for him to live and then plop him in there. Just gonna press down just a little bit so that he's nice and secure. And then make a tag. All right, and there we have it, our friends, my friends. All three of our Sugar Rush peaches have been up-potted and they're nice and happy. They should be in their new little homes. So we're gonna start next with the pimento. It's so hard to pick which plants to pinch off and which ones to save. I just want to save all the plants. So the best way to determine which plants to pinch off You want to pick the healthiest looking seedlings. So you want them to be the ones that look like they have no damage. They don't have yellowing or purpling, or they don't look quite as leggy. And then you just kind of pinch off the ones that aren't doing so well. So right away there is a very tiny, very tiny pimento pepper plant. Compared to these other guys, this guy is not doing well. So he's gonna get tossed, sadly. And then we're gonna go ahead and, this one is doing really well. This one is doing really well. This one, and we're gonna pinch this guy off. I'm gonna take this guy off because it looks like one of his leaves is kind of deformed. This one is the smallest of all of them right now. I'm gonna keep these guys. So we've got 4 in this pot and 3 in this pot. I did bring enough pots for all of the seedlings, but I need to be mindful of how much space I have in my garden, plus how many plants I will be giving away. So, got 7 pimento peppers that need repotted or uppotted. I'll start with this guy here. See if we can get him to come out easily. Backfill him. Press it down a little bit. We'll see if this one survives. I kind of tore him out a little too forcefully. He didn't have much root system, but we'll see if he re-roots. Well, no, he's the one that I accidentally tore because he'll have the yellow tag and the others will have blue tags. So let's try this again without damaging the roots. I think the tapping is what, that's, okay. All right. This one. All right, that pot has been successfully repotted, so let's go ahead and give those some labels. So those are pimento peppers. All right, last but not least is this little guy. He's our last pot to uppot. We've got, we just need 3. Plenty of soil. All right. All right. Just need to backfill some of the soil for these. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to do for these pepper plants is I'm going to actually remove the seed leaves. So those are the first leaves that pop up when your seedling sprouts. They're not really doing much for the plant other right now. And it kind of makes the plant look more natural, and it kind of also makes it so there's less leaves crowding the seed tray. I'm going to go ahead and give these some good watering, just because right now they're going to look a little sad after potting, but they will be perfectly fine here in the next few days. Again, let me know what varieties you think I should be planting out my balcony. I'm really thinking about doing one of my dwarf tomatoes that, I can't remember how to pronounce it. So we're Hawkeye, or it starts with a W. I think I'm going to be doing my dwarf tomato plant out on my balcony as well as down in my garden below. But let me know what other varieties you think would do well out there. What you would want to see on a balcony garden. Hey guys. Welcome back to Editing Amanda. So I posed the question of what I should grow on my balcony. So this balcony it's not in great condition, but it's perfect for planting because it gets some sunlight. It doesn't get the perfect amount of like 12 hours, which would be the full sunlight that tomatoes and peppers really love. But I really wanted to go ahead and see what I can do in that space, and just give you guys inspiration that you guys can also do it if you have that space or even just that windowsill. So I'm thinking that I'm going to do an herb garden up there as well. I really want to keep this as cheap as possible, so I will be reusing containers. So the Home Depot by me sells these metal galvanized steel buckets. The one that I'm thinking of is 17 gallons. This guy right here. So I currently have one of these in my lower garden. I did add some drainage holes like 2 inches above the bottom on the sides. And so I think I can go ahead and fit one of those up on my balcony as well. And I think that I'll be able to put in indeterminate tomato in there. So one of those tomatoes that grows an indefinite amount of tomatoes as long as the season and the pests allow. And then I can just kind of fill in some like flowers for the pollinators, and then perhaps some herbs. So I'm not really sure yet. let me know what you guys think I should grow up there. There's plenty of space. I have plenty of old containers that I can fill up. I even have like those old potato grow bags that like you can open up the front to like harvest the potatoes at the bottom. I don't really like harvesting potatoes out at the bottom, but I have those as well. So let me know what you guys think. But thank you so much for joining me. I've been really touched by how many people have joined my channel, and I really do appreciate it. I don't think I've stated this before, but this is my 3rd year of intentionally growing food. I live in Zone 6 here in Cincinnati, Ohio, in the US, and I really just wanted to get more in touch with growing my food, growing flowers. Growing up, really the only inspiration for growing food came from my uncle. He grew tomatoes and cucumbers and radishes. I hate radishes. He grew radishes. I might one day love radishes, I don't know. I like to try things a couple years after originally thinking that I didn't like them. But point being, I hope that I can share some of my love and giddiness for the garden with you guys, whether you like to garden or not. Thank you so much for joining. I'll go ahead and put a video up here for you guys in the meantime, but until next time, thank you so much.